He's only 14, but he is already being dubbed the new Lionel Messi and is wanted by all the academies of Europe's biggest clubs. Meet Kevin Sullivan, the new American football star who is set to be signed by Manchester City this summer. Today we've decided to find out how good the kid is and why he's named the best 14-year-old in the world. Click the like button, give us a subscribe, and let's get into it. Kevin Sullivan was born in 2009 in Philadelphia. In fact, soccer runs in his whole family's blood. His father, Brendan, played professionally in the Australian A-League and then became a coach. His mother was the captain of the women's team at the University of Pennsylvania. Quinn, Kevin's older brother, is playing for Philadelphia Union and the USMNT U20 squad, while Ronan and Declan, 15-year-old twin brothers, are also showing great potential in the club's academy. Despite his young age, it is 14-year-old Kevin who's performing ahead of schedule for the Philadelphia U17 team, demonstrating the most skills as well as the willingness to move to the highest competitive levels possible. The new Leo Messi, Marca newspaper boldly declares. Sullivan can play as an attacking midfielder, though he can also be used as a false nine or left winger. He has a great left foot, an extremely good vision, understanding of the game, and a fantastic sense of the goal. The prospect displays a classy sharp dribbling with technique often unforeseen by opponents and which one would want to savor in slow motion. And the main thing is that he already has plenty of experience. The first glimpses of fame fell on Kevin during the Generation Adidas Cup 2023. Having participated in the tournament at the age of 13, Sullivan, despite being 2 years younger than everyone else on the pitch, was ripping apart his opponents from U15 age group, thus helping Philadelphia to play a draw with Valencia and beat Arsenal and Real Madrid. That same year, the kid had managed to shine brightly on the international stage too. He showed the full range of his skills right at the first training session with the USMNT U15 squad and quickly let his teammates know who they are dealing with. Soon after, Sullivan led his team to the victory in the CONCACAF Under-15 Championship, bagging 3 goals in the competition and providing 2 assists in the final against Mexico, not to mention winning the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament and being included in its best starting 11. Since then, the talent has been nicknamed Captain America, at which point Sullivan's accomplishments have drawn the attention of scouts from Europe's elite clubs: Manchester City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Borussia Dortmund. Besides, Kevin is now being featured in the reports of Transfer Insights guru Fabrizio Romano, which is also worth a lot. However, the 14-year-old prodigy is not complacent about his success, while continuing to work hard in the U17 team, an attitude that is highly appreciated by his coaches. Philadelphia Union manager Jim Curtin notes, "For those that maybe haven't learned yet, a young Kevin Sullivan has the talent and ability to become, I'll just say, a household name and is doing really big things." Meanwhile, Marlon LeBlanc, head coach of Philadelphia Union 2, agrees. "Kevin is a fantastic young talent. Dare I tease him that I've never seen a kid develop as much as I've seen Kevin. He's got his feet on the ground. All these extra hype about him. It doesn't go to his head, and I think that's the fantastic thing about him. It's what also allows him to come into our environment and still be cool and be bold." Philadelphia are trying to keep Sullivan with all their might, and according to The Athletic, they had recently made him the best homegrown offer ever extended. However, it looks like the talented American youngster will still leave soon, with Manchester City expected to become his next career stop. Recent media reports suggest that the City Football Group sports holding company will take Kevin from Philadelphia and fully invest in his development. So now we are gonna reveal the details of their plan. Kevin Sullivan will have many choices for his next endeavor professionally, but Man City scouts believe he is the best 14-year-old in the world, and they are not exaggerating, wrote former USMNT representative and current MLS Apple TV analyst Taylor Twellman on March 15th. Manchester City are closing in on deal to sign American wonder kid Kevin Sullivan. Deal agreed. 2009-born talent set to join MCFC in the next years from Philadelphia Union despite Real, BVB, Bayern interest. Here we go. Soon, says the reliable Fabrizio Romano. Well, we can assume that the guy has managed to impress even Pep Guardiola, since he's getting picked up by Manchester City, the strongest club in the world at this moment. The citizens actually have huge plans for the American youngster, but they will have to be patient. Due to age restrictions, Sullivan is not allowed to officially become a part of Man City until he turns 18 in September 2027. Nevertheless, he holds a German passport, which means he can move to any EU country at 16. Here's another interesting fact. Back in 2022, Kevin played for Borussia Dortmund's youth team in the Kevin De Bruyne Cup. Against whom, you might ask? You've guessed it, against Manchester City. But let's get back to the topic. Recent rumors claim that the Premier League champions and Champions League winners intend to send Sullivan on loan to Belgian outfit Lommel SK, also owned by the City Football Group. The Sky Blues hope that Kevin will get his first experience in European football there, adapt to the new style of playing and training methods, and most importantly, will continue to show his best in a more competitive environment. If Sullivan lives up to expectations at Lommel, he will be brought back to Manchester at the age of 18 and rewarded with a professional contract, after the signing of which he will be part of the first team or at least see a clear route to get there. Signing Kevin Sullivan is not some kind of a fluke for Manchester City. Think of it as a part of the club's forward-thinking strategy that involves acquiring young talent who must be gradually integrated into European football scene, as well as the citizen system in order to become the first-team regulars of the future. On top of that, Man City's current policy of collecting the most expensive players from the transfer market is likely to become a thing of the past. You see, the Sky Blues are receiving more and more accusations of violating the financial fair play rules and risk being subjected to severe sanctions and bans that will push the club a decade back. Therefore, Kevin Sullivan must be promoted to the starting 11 sooner than later. His playmaking skills are of great value to the club, especially with Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva not getting any younger, suffering from injuries and thinking of leaving, which means a rather painful position weakening for the team. Spending 100 million euros on a new attacking midfielder while being closely monitored by FIFA and UEFA is not the best venture to go for. According to Man City's plan, Kevin Sullivan should become the team's next David Silva, since the kid has the same magical left foot, agility, and guaranteed assists and goals for decades to come, all of which will be received for a much lower price. The only question is, will he make it to the starting lineup before Pep Guardiola leaves? Having been guided by the world's best coach, would finally turn the young American into a real beast. By the way, folks, there is a great opportunity to see Sullivan in action in the near future. From March 30th to April 7th, he will appear in the Philadelphia Union in the upcoming Generation Adidas Cup. 80 clubs from all over the world will line up their best U15 and U17 squads and compete for gold medals, and Kevin will certainly take the spotlight. Looking ahead, we can only hope to see him in the 2026 World Cup, which is hosted by the United States. If the prospect, who will then be only 16 years old, manages to make a debut for his national team at the biggest football tournament even before making his Manchester City debut, then we'll witness something truly unique and fantastic. Guys, give this video a like if you would like to see that happen, and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any future videos. It was Inside Football. We watch football from a different angle. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.